What the heck is up, you guys? It's your boy Ace, aka Animated Heroes, here back with another action figure review. Today we're going to be taking a look at none other than the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Super CGI Beast Gohan. Let's go ahead and get right into it, starting off with the sexy packaging. Now for the box, it's nothing special. It's the same exact thing we've already seen with the other CGI figures. As you guys can see, we got this brownish color, which I don't like. I wish it was something a bit more colorful, especially something that matches the colors of the character. It could have been a purple background or even red, but whatever. It does say Son Gohan Beast right there. You got the window where you can see the figure as well as some of the accessories. Half image right there at the top. Some images along the side right here with the special beam cannon effect. At the bottom it says Tamashii Nation's Bandai Dragon Ball Super Hero. Some more images right there. Nothing much going on this side. And then of course on the back you got some poses you can get the figure into, as well as a bunch of stuff I cannot read because this figure was imported. First things first, straight out of the packaging, I want to give a big shout out to the homie TFNUT for sending me this figure. I pre-ordered it on Premium Bandai and he saw me complaining about how long it was taking for them to get the figure in stock. Even Big Bad Toy Store beat them for whatever reason. I don't know how that happened. But anyway, TFNUT saw it and he was like, yo, I'll just send you mine. Once yours comes in, you send me that one and then it'll be an even exchange, which that's how it turned out. So again, big shout out to you, homie, if you're watching this video. I greatly appreciate you, man. Guys, make sure you go give him a follow. I will leave the link in the description below for his Instagram and for his YouTube channel. Go check out his reviews because they're pretty quality. Now, moving on to this figure itself. You guys already know my relationship with Dragon Ball CGI, so I'm not going to get into that. But here we have my favorite character, Gohan, in his newest transformation, Beast Mode. And to be honest, that's the main reason I got this figure. It's because Gohan is my favorite character. It's not necessarily that I care for this form, but it does look pretty cool. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at it so we can examine some of the details. Now, taking an up-close look at this figure, I gotta say, I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about it, mostly because I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about this form. Now, I know Dragon Ball at this point is 1,000,000% created off of nostalgia, and that's cool to an extent. At some point it starts to get old. Now this form is supposed to be an extension of Super Saiyan 2, which I think they captured well enough, but I do feel like the hair is a bit over exaggerated. I mean, some people think it looks cool and then some people have the same opinion I do, but at the same time this figure does capture that exaggerated look very well. As you guys can see, it's sculpted nicely. It does have a bit of shading along the front ridges of the hair right here leading into the hairline. I think that looks good, and this one actually sits back instead of up like the DL Customs version, which means that this one is more accurate. Faceplates don't look bad. They look about the same as the original release. I do wish that the eyes were a little bit more vibrant in terms of the red, just to kind of make the faces pop a little bit more, but they're not bad. They still look really good. The body is also very good. I just don't like the fact that they made the shirt a soft plastic. I really liked the initial release better. Like, I wish they would have just kept it like this. There was no issues with this whatsoever. I don't know why they changed it. This is kind of like the Street Fighter Ryu figure we got, which isn't bad, but again, if it's not broke, don't fix it. This just, I feel like this is going to help with getting more range than this, because the new one is going to limit the articulation a bit because there is a plastic that's going to be hindering the movement. So yeah, I don't know why they did that, but overall I think it's essentially the same figure. The muscles and everything look to be the same. This one doesn't have any more definition than the base version. The belt is a tad bit lighter. There's some sculpted tatters in the pants. Of course the shoes are going to be the same, but yeah, overall I don't know. I think I like the original release on the body better just because of the upper torso, but I don't know. The head sculpt, I can't really say how I feel about it, just because, again, I don't know how I feel about this form, so I'm not going to give any opinions. I'm just going to say that it does look good and it's accurate to the movie, so I think that's all that really matters. Now, when it comes to the height of this figure, to the top of his head, he's right at about 5.5 inches. To the top of his hair, looks like he's a little bit over 7. So the hair itself is about 1.5 inches in terms of height, which I think is fine. That's completely accurate once again. So yeah, and the good thing is it doesn't make him top heavy. As you guys can see, he stands very well. So I think that's another plus that this figure has. Articulation wise, he looks up about that much. You can get the hair to touch the back of the neck. That's not a whole lot, but it is to be expected with this design. He looks down about that much, but then you're going to get the faceplate starting to pop off, and then you just kind of tuck it back in once you move the head back to normal. He does get really good tilt, turn, and all that good stuff. The arms don't really go up and out any more than that, because this right here is a soft plastic as well. Once again, that soft plastic is doing exactly what I said and slightly hindering the articulation. You can rotate it and get it to go up a little bit more, but even then there is still a whole lot of hindrance in there, so that kind of sucks. When you're moving it around though, like you want to do the Kamehameha poses, you really got to rotate it, and that's about as much as you can bring that in. That's all I am getting. Now, trying to utilize the butterfly joint that is in there, you can get it to come a little bit further forward, but there it is, my point proven. You can't really even get him in a driving pose, which shows that those arms don't come in very far. Now, in comparison to the original, where if you just rotate everything properly, there it is, man. You can pretty much get a Kamehameha pose, and I did that effortlessly. That was no problem whatsoever. So again, I don't know why they changed this. That was a horrible decision on, that's what I think. I'm sorry, Dragon Ball fans, I know we're gonna hate me, but I say what I think. Anyway, he does have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. The hands are on the standard ball peg. They move around well enough. You're gonna get a little bit of hindrance because of the sleeve, but I mean, that makes sense. That's to be expected. He leans forward about that much, leans back about that much. You do get a little bit of rocker in there, but again, in comparison to the original, look how much better that is. That's just, look at that. And it doesn't pop back because it's not a soft plastic that is pulling it. So I don't know, I hate that decision. I really don't like that they did that. Anyway, he does turn at the waist, foot goes forward about that much. He does the splits just fine. He's not going to kick back because they sculpted a butt. He does have a thigh swivel, double jointed knees that are very effective. Foot goes down about that much, up about that much, decent ankle rocker, and then he does have a toe hinge. So the only real limitation you're going to have is at the torso, and that's just bad for when you want to get him in certain martial arts poses, or of course, like I just showcased, Kamehameha poses, or even Masenko possibly. So yeah. Now, when it comes to accessories, you actually get quite a few, and some of these I think that they threw in just to compete with DL Customs, which as an action figure company, that's what they should do. First off, he comes with a neutral head sculpt and a pair of fist hands. In terms of other heads, he comes with a teeth gritted face. He comes with this yelling, looking to the side face. This is for when he's utilizing the special beam cannon. And then he does come with this grinning face, which is also really dope. I'm glad that they threw in this accessory, because this is probably his most iconic moment in the movie. And then he comes with this head sculpt where he has his teeth gritted. This is for when he's first going into the beast form. Again, I wish the eyes were a tad bit more vibrant in terms of red. It's almost barely noticeable unless you get close. I just think it would have made the expression pop a little bit more. Now, in terms of hands, he comes with a pair of blasting hands if that's what you want to use them for. He comes with a pair of reaching stylish pose hands. Then he comes with a pair of martial arts hands as well. He comes with a pair of crossed arms. I don't know why they threw these in there. I don't remember him crossing his arms in the movie, but I mean, I'm not going to complain. It's cool to have. He comes with a special beam cannon hand, which I'm glad they threw this in, but I have a problem with this because this I like, but I don't like the fact that they gave us this really dope special beam cannon effect, but if you look, it has a hand doing the special beam cannon attached to it, and I think that's absolutely pointless, because that means we can't utilize this special beam cannon effect with a Piccolo figure because of the fact that it already has a hand attached. And if they were going to go ahead and attach a hand, what was the point in giving us this accessory? There's really no need for both. So I don't know, man. I don't like this decision at all. I would have been fine with this and leaving it at that, because this has a stand that attaches to the end of the special beam cannon effect to keep it afloat. So we could have just got this hand, the special beam cannon effect, and been okay without having this one attached to the end of it. It just, I don't know, it's a very weird decision. So I don't know, maybe in the future we'll get a Piccolo with a special beam cannon effect. Until then, we just have this really dope effect that we can only use with Gohan, whose technique this doesn't even belong to. So I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's how I feel about the accessories. Really great. I just don't like that I can only use this with him. Moving on to size comparisons, here he is standing next to the first few Dragon Ball CGI releases that we had. We have him standing next to the SH Figuarts Goku, the SH Figuarts Piccolo, and the SH Figuarts Vegeta. These don't look bad together at all. Here he is standing next to an SH Figuarts Frieza. This is the third version to release, and it's him in his final form. We have him standing next to the SH Figuarts 2.0 Future Trunks, and then we have him standing next to the OG SH Figuarts Dragon Ball CGI Gohan. Here he is standing next to a couple of Figmas. We have him standing next to the Figma Jujutsu Kaisen Greatness Honored One Satoru Gojo, a Figma Kimetsu no Yaiba or Demon Slayer Tanjiro Kamado, and a Figma Boku no Hero Academia or My Hero Academia Deku. And last but not least, here he is standing next to a Mafex Batman Hush Nightwing, a Marvel Legends Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man, and a Jakks Pacific Supersonic. Now, when it comes to my final thoughts on this figure, I gotta say, it's cool, but it's not great. It's nothing we haven't already seen, which is pretty much what to expect from Dragon Ball figures in general, because a lot of them are reused parts, which it makes sense because of the fact that their designs don't really change much. So the only time you get a fresh feeling collecting Dragon Ball figures is if it's a different outfit, one that we haven't seen before for the main characters, or if it's a villain. That's usually about the only time things start to feel different and more exciting. When it comes to this figure, the only bit of nuance you get is the head sculpt, and it's up to you whether you like this form or not. I think it's cool. It's far from great, but for me it doesn't justify keeping this figure in my collection, because for one, I like the original body better, and this transformation just doesn't appeal to me all that much. To be honest, I haven't really cared about most Dragon Ball transformations since the anime returned with Battle of Gods anyway, so I could live without a lot of them. But for yourself, if you're planning on picking this up, I'd say don't spend scalper pricing if you don't have to. It's not worth that much. It's literally not, man. And I get it. This is a premium figure, and I tell everyone, get it while you can, but try to keep it under $100. I just feel like most people would be unsatisfied spending $100 on this figure. Like, I spent $85, and I think that's just outrageous. Now, he does come with a decent amount of accessories, but that doesn't take away the problems. You can't use the special beam cannon for any other characters other than him, or anyone who has the same skin tone as him. But what other humans or Saiyans use the special beam cannon? It's literally Piccolo's technique. And then on top of that, I just really don't care for the fact that they made the torso out of soft plastic. Granted, you can take it off, and then of course you can just put this head sculpt on the original body, but that would defeat the purpose of us getting a new figure, and then you don't get all of the battle damage as well. So I don't know, man. There's some ups, there's some downs with this figure. The accessories are great. I think that's what does make the figure, the accessories. Everything else is just But I think at this point it is the perfect time for me to stop reviewing Dragon Ball figures. For one, because I don't think I have anything else on pre-order, but also I'm getting to a point to where I really just don't enjoy these anymore, man. Like, I just don't enjoy Dragon Ball reviews. So I think I am gonna try to take a break for a little while until we get something fresh enough to where I think, okay, this is one that I am going to have some interest in reviewing. So don't expect to see Dr. Gero, Android 19, Frieza third form, any of that stuff from me. Piccolo Orange, mostly because for one, I didn't pre-order any of them, and nor do I plan on it. So yeah, anyway, that's my review. Hope that you guys enjoyed it. Hope that I got some points across that other people didn't, because I don't want my reviews to just be pure nostalgia. I want to make sure that you guys get something out of these, and honestly, that's just where I'm at with the Dragon Ball line. A lot of it feels the same. But anyway, hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you don't, hit the thumbs down. Whatever it is, what it is. But make sure you subscribe to my channel for more reviews. Hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I upload new content. And last but not least, follow me on everything you see listed in the description below to keep up with my activity outside of YouTube. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe wherever you are, and peace.